IT consultants solve problems using technology. In this video, I'm going to talk about what is IT consulting through my own consulting experiences. And then I'll give an overview of types of consulting you can go into. And then we'll discuss why companies even hire IT consultants. Earlier in my career, I was working within the education industry, and I had a client who's very data savvy. She basically oversaw a bunch of principals in a school district. So she had a lot of need for reporting and data. This client had implemented a new online system for all their evaluations. There was a lot of data she had to slice and dice for her metrics, so she had to make this very accurate and a repeatable process. Jane was frustrated with all of this time-consuming process that she had to do every single week. And imagine, on a Friday, you've spent all this time, but now you can't even do anything about that information until next week. So Jane told us about this and asked how we could help her. So we worked with her to figure out what was the most important thing to her and what were the metrics she was trying to measure. After we figured out what she needed, we went out and we built the process to automate all this reporting for her. With just a couple of clicks, she could automate this entire process where she would just have to download the data one time and all the reports and charts would be generated for her every single Friday. And because of this, she was able to save her time and energy in improving the education for the children. So IT consultants solve client problems using technology. As subject matter experts, IT consultants provide services or advice to their clients to deliver value. Let's look at types of IT consulting. There are many types of IT consulting. Keeping in mind what I just talked about, how I help my client, you think about other people who need the similar kind of help, but in other areas. For example, you could have a company that needs help with their hardware or software. It could also be a company needs infrastructure or networking type of help. They need the experts to come in and solve those problems for them in building out the infrastructure, or building or installing the hardware and setting it up for their new systems that they're implementing. It could also be that they provide specialized services, sort of similar to what I was doing, where we were providing data and analytics related services. Clients with older systems and older technologies, they might even be paper-based, that where they want to move into a digital world, they might go through a digital transformation type of a system. It could also be where companies with an on-premises system right now, where they have their own data centers, they might want to move to the cloud, so you have cloud migration and cloud-related services that consultants are providing to these clients. Now, these are some examples for services like implementing a new system. IT consultants could also have an IT advisory type of a practice where they come in, they're not necessarily only delivering some services, but also we could be doing some assessments for the clients where they take a look at their current state, future state, IT strategy, how to go from where they are today and their future strategy for where they want to be. Now, after I had been working with these education clients for a long time, and solving their needs with technology, I had become a subject matter expert in that field. So some of the ways I was able to help other clients is through assessments, where I used to fly out to different parts of the country and we would do a 2-day assessment where we take a look at where they are today, what type of data they're getting, where do they ultimately want to go, and give them all the steps of what they need to do first, second, third. Now, in these assessments, we would talk to their superintendents, we would talk to the principals, and also the IT staff and figure out where they are today. What are the different technology that they have on their hand? What is the kind of data that they have that they're working with? What type of information they need to be successful in the future? And how can they get there? So these were some of the things we would do in the workshops and try and really listen to the client, really understand what their needs are. And then after the workshop, we would type out an action plan for them and steps that they need to take, how to take them, and some of the lessons learned to be aware of. And then in the future, if this client could either go with another company to get the same kind of work done, or they could just hire us to do the work for them. Now, these are some of the examples of services an IT consultant is providing, but why would a client even need that? Why would a company bother to hire a consulting company instead of just doing it by themselves? Well, if they had to do it by themselves, they would have to hire all these people with the right skill set to take them into the direction that they need to go with their technology. Take any company, like let's say a tire company. A company wants to sell tires and right now their systems are outdated. They just want to do business and stay competitive. Well, they could either go hire all these people that they think they need the services of, and turns out that that might not even be the case. So they can spend all this time recruiting the talent they think they need, and then after that system is implemented, do they let them go? Do they fire those people? Or they could just hire somebody who, a company or an individual who has done this before and just can do it for them one time and then just teach, train, and go. I've been getting a lot of questions on how to get into IT consulting. So once I've uploaded that video, I'll put that link in the description below. So make sure you stick around and subscribe. And hey, keep on being awesome.